serious here.
What's
Straight
that
up.
song? What's that song? It goes, wave after
Wave.
wave after wave.
But I'm still
Slowly
here.
drifting.
My life's good. I'm still
Drifting
here.
away. That's Arteta trying to grab the trophy. That's a Robbie from Arsenal Fan TV trying to grab the trophy. I know Troops in America is trying to grab the trophy.
Goddamn.
Saliba comes out of the side, Holdini comes in, and 2 draws in a row. You go away to West Ham, who are battling relegation.
Yeah.
What happens? You're up 2-0. Concede 1 goal. You know, the best teams, title winners, teams that can stick it out, and then 1 goal, you get comfortable again, you win a penalty on the other end, and then that's when your player of the season, your big man, steps up and he buries it, and West Ham go back down into the relegation zone. But instead, he misses the pen. They go directly down the other end. 2-2. Arsenal are bottling this league title. I couldn't be happier.
You can't make
we
it
love
up.
to see it.
Within 2 minutes of a pen, that happens.
We love to
I got a
see
question.
it.
I got a question. Is bottling the right term?
Yes.
Perfect.
Are you jealous that I got the spot with him, bud? I'm not going to be his best friend anymore.
Nah, you can have him now.
You're done with him.
Yeah.
It's like when Woody gets rid of. I mean, Andy gets rid of. Chucks him.
I'm Buzz Lightyear. All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. You are back with Let Him Shoot. Got a full crew here today. I am Cruiser, and to my left.
To my left, you know, it's usually to my right. It's Pengus Techers. I broke my back. Spinal.
Oh, we got repping the basketball shirts today from the sport. They're in sync.
When this was filmed, Lakers just took game 1 against the Grizzlies, yo.
Lakers in 4. Come
Let's go. Lakers in 4,
Did you
baby.
see AR today?
Yeah, Austin Reeves, man. What about Hachimura? Around 5
Came
threes?
out of nowhere.
God damn.
It's your boy MJ, Born African Gang. Back again, man. Happy to be here. Life's good. Not really. It's half good, half bad. You know, Arsenal taking the piss again. Who do I have to?
Pause,
To the
mate.
left, you got a guy that knows the feeling. Don't worry, man. It's best young chef in Canberra. We're switching it back up, changing it back to chef this week. Being more in the kitchen, you know, operating the knife, cooking, all that. So changing it up today.
You know, Riley made it back on the episode after the first. The reception was good. The response was good.
Yeah.
They said-
I thought he was going to.
Yeah, the
that's fine.
The TikTok coms are giving you the work, but sometimes we need that.
Sometimes do.
Oh, and good to have our TikToks back up.
Yeah,
Good to have
thanks,
them
man.
bussing again.
Hey, no,
You did
When
well.
you come on, they're bussing again.
That's what I'm there for.
That's
you
it. How'd your cooking tournament go, though?
know? Which one?
Do you guys want to hear a story about Riley and his
I don't
cooking
even need to
tournament?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's
do
do a
it.
little.
Wait,
You know
wait.
the cloud?
Riley did a cooking
I haven't
tournament. This
heard
was maybe last year
I'll
or
say
the year
something to
before.
get us cancelled if you want.
Yeah, it's a year. It's a year.
Okay.
Do the little thing where the cloud comes.
Yeah.
So
Little cloud.
basically, Riley was in a cooking tournament, and
Okay,
like
hang
he was
on.
no, and so he was telling us like, guys,
you weren't there, okay?
like guys, can you come and watch my cooking tournament? Like everybody feel free. Like I'm in the final. Like this is a big thing for me.
Yeah.
But we were all busy. We already had
like
a game
mini
or something.
MasterChef.
We had something on. It was like
Yeah.
mini MasterChef of the best young chefs in all of Canberra.
Yeah.
So we asked Riley the next day because we didn't know what happened. We said, "Oh, Riley, how did it go?" He said, "Oh, I came second. Like,
Yeah.
it was tough. Like, I
But-
came second."
Don't forget, he
No,
said
no,
that
yeah.
the people, there was some that couldn't make it anymore.
Yeah,
There's only
yeah,
2.
yeah. No.
Okay.
So yeah, he said he came second, right? Little did we know, a couple people pulled out, and there was only 2 people in the contest.
yeah.
And one of them, can we even say 2 people?
Oh, 2 people. We thought, this guy must be like
He
one
must
of
be that
Gordon
guy because
Ramsay or
Riley's
something.
pretty good, right?
Yeah, we thought this guy must be Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah.
And he's like Oliver Jamie. Jamie Oliver. Jamie Oliver.
Yeah. But basically, the guy that Riley lost to, this came out a couple weeks later.
Yeah. Leaked.
The guy had 1 arm.
We're not even joking. You think you didn't be the best man up
Sorry,
story?
in a cooking contest, the guy had 1 arm.
And Riley lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so explain to me, I just want you to explain to me how the guy with 1 arm held the bowl and whisked. How did he whisk?
You couldn't.
How did he whisk?
You couldn't call your friend over because it was COVID, so no one could watch. It was
So we
only on
couldn't
TV.
go to what? How did he whisk?
Yeah.
What? It was just on the table, going everywhere.
So this is how we know Let Him Shoot has no factual statements, has, nothing they say is true.
Hey, cameras, he's crying.
No,
He's crying.
If you want, I literally
We
have
just did a
photos
little
from
cut.
this. I can release them. I'll drop them down in the link below so you can check them out.
Cap.
But you can see this man.
crying.
And the guy had to rate. They had to rate their own dishes out of 10.
Yeah.
But he could only do 5. He couldn't even do 10.
And
You're a dick.
He has to do this.
he only gave him half the dish. He gave him half the dish and he still won.
He gave him
You
half
tell me that.
Well, he had to cut the burger in half.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
If there's,
So
any,
he
if
could
there's
eat
any
it.
other groups out there that needs a chef or a barista, hit me up. Put my ads down below.
a friend.
Yeah.
Friends. I'm down, guys.
But if you want
Let
to,
me know.
yeah.
Hit me up. Slide me DMs.
Nah, but for real, he's a good chef, yeah. And
To
it's-
his left?
Yeah, to his left, PBB, pretty boy, but I'm back,
Oh my God.
Ramadan, I was just a bit starving, so I couldn't make the last episode. That's what I told the
cool,
guys. Yeah. But, 4 days left, so all my Muslim brothers and sisters, stay strong.
Mm-hmm.
Eid coming, big feast. You guys are all welcome to come to my house. I'll drop my address below.
Now we have to bleep that.
But while you're still talking, tell them what they have to do before we start.
What they have to do is message me and no one else once you get to
Not that.
okay.
Keep leaking, man.
That's if you want to send for a gear.
Yeah.
This is that address.
Oh man.
But you need to like, share, subscribe. Go on TikTok, do the exact same. Share to your friends. TikTok got this new update where you can quickly share shit, so you can't. There's no excuse to be lazy anymore. Just
Share, copy, link.
That's it.
All right. Well, big week in the Prem this week. Arsenal drop points again. This morning I woke up. I didn't even check on my kids first thing. I checked the scores first thing, and I was so happy to see Arsenal drop points again. That's 2 weeks in a row they've blown a 2-0 lead.
Choke artists.
There's a lot to talk about here. Mentality being a big thing. Letting a 2-0 lead go 2 weeks in a row to two struggling teams
2 weeks in a row
is a pretty big deal. There's a lot to say about Arsenal. People are, throwing out there about their defence being shaky, especially since coming back from the World Cup.
Yeah.
So
MJ, I'm going to start with you, my friend.
Yo.
Tell us what's going on with your team.
Yeah, it's very weird. It's very weird because you look at the Liverpool game. For me, I see that game and I'm like, oh, it wasn't bad until this result, and now I'm like, okay, there's something wrong here. And when we look back, we look before the World Cup. Defensively, we were solid. We'd score really early. We'd smash teams. Done. We defend very well. Now we're seeing our XG against it's going up. We're conceding earlier. We're scoring later in games. So I don't know what it is. I think we've had in the past the troubles were the squad depth. Gabriel Jesus was out. We've had some of our main key centre backs out. But now for me, it's like we have a good enough team to win games because you're 2-0 up. So there's no excuse. You know what I mean? You look at the West Ham game. We're 2-0 up. We're cruising. You look at City, right? They go 3-0 up and they take the whole team off and they still win 3-1. For me, that's what you look at. When you look at a championship level side, that's the kind of consistency you need. You need a team that under pressure, if they concede, like we concede it's 2-1, okay, cool. Bukayo, he should slot the pen. He didn't look like he just didn't look right. And then after that, you could see, I don't know, there's something about our game state where when things happen in games, we can't respond or we just struggle to get on top. And that could be a mentality thing. And it just gives you that weird, like Arsenal of the past kind of vibe where when things get sticky,
It's back.
we just don't.
It's funny because
cut
they
it.
usually bottle it just after the Christmas break, come in the new year. But it's like they gave you that bit of hope. They were killing it. And now that the pressure's on, they're really starting to crumble. And teams like City, they, like you said, they can sub their team off at halftime. They know they're going to get the 3 points. Whereas Arsenal now, it's like, can they actually win the title or are they just going to bottle it?
It's
not
tough.
taking the piss here. Like, are they? It seems as though they're
It's
bottling
tough
it.
because I think we needed the points gap because we don't have the squad. We don't have the squad depth for people to come in and come out. So we needed to maintain the start we had to go into this back end to know, you know what, we can afford to lose to City. We don't have to beat all the top teams. But I think now it's making it tough.
Yeah.
And now we have to literally win every single game because City's a different demon right now.
Yeah, and you have a tough run coming up as well.
Yeah, and Guardiola's he's turned on his demon hat on.
Yep.
He's like, all right,
Super brain.
I'm gonna
Did it
put
to us at
Stones,
their back end of last season
Stones
too.
double pivot and looking crazy. So it's looking tough and it's looking really,
Yeah.
really
Samuel's
tough.
got
Can I
ants
just
in his
say-
pants next to me. Sorry, Ral, you go.
No,
you go.
Chris,
No, I just think Samuel's about to explode here. I just think he needs
I
to
just want to say one thing. I think
Sure.
I think there's a common denominator in this. Like MJ was saying, he doesn't know what's going on. I think what it is, there's one player that's kind of come back into the side. You know, had a big transition. He went to Turkey and then came back real quick. He's got a hairline and now he's bottling it for your team.
Holdini, baby.
Look, that's absolute rubbish.
That's
Holdini.
all I'm saying. Since he's come back in, there's been 2 losses back to back.
That's
bottle
2
jobs.
draws, baby.
Hey,
Good draws.
See,
May as well.
no. Hold on. There's one,
don't speak. Don't speak. Don't speak to me.
hey, there's one thing Holding needs to do.
You too.
There's one thing Holding needs to do. He needs to go back to the gym.
Don't speak.
My boy Bowen bodied him and gave him the work.
Look, Holding's been decent. Anybody who's watched him play since he's been in the side, he's been decent.
So getting you draws is decent.
I didn't say that. You're putting words in my
If
mouth.
that's what we're settling
You're
for.
putting words in my mouth. You said he was
there.
trash.
That's it.
You said he was trash.
Samuel's just patiently
He has
waiting
not been trash.
for his turn.
This is like an overall thing where we don't take chances. We have plenty of chances against Liverpool. It could have been 3-0. The game's done. On the weekend, we could have just smoked them.
Yeah,
The game's done.
Why do you need 3-0? You had 2-0.
No. I'm just saying. From an attacking perspective, we could be up even more.
Yeah, but
Let alone a defensive perspective when it's just a bit sloppy, a little bit of lax here, mistakes here.
that's
It's not good
100% the
enough.
I
defense
haven't
though.
seen MJ this live. Did you guys
Yeah.
know that?
MJ's really defensive about
You
it.
know,
All I'm
No,
saying.
I'm being straight up.
I would be
You should
angry
be
too.
blaming the
I'm being
defense.
straight up.
If
No
Jose-
narratives here.
defense.
Straight up.
What's that song? It goes wave after
Wave.
wave after wave.
But I'm still
Slowly
here.
drifting.
My life's good. I'm still here.
Drifting away. That's Arteta trying to grab the trophy. That's a Robbie from Arsenal Fan TV trying to grab the trophy. I know Troops in America is trying to grab the trophy.
Goddamn.
Saliba comes out of the side, Holdini comes in, and 2 draws in a row. You go away to West Ham, who are battling relegation.
Yeah.
What happens? You're up 2-0. Concede 1 goal. You know, the best teams, title winners, teams that can
happens.
stick
One
it out,
goal
and then
happens.
1 goal, you get comfortable again, you win a penalty on the other end, and then that's when your player of the season, your big man, steps up and he
Yeah.
buries it, and West Ham go back down to the relegation zone. But instead, he misses the pen. They go directly
miss.
down the other end. 2-2. Arsenal are bottling this
can't
league
make this
title.
up.
I couldn't be happier.
You can't make
We
it
love
up.
to see it.
Within 2 minutes of a pen, that happens.
We love to
I got a
see
question.
it.
I got a question.
Alright.
Is bottling the right term?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why?
Because you had
8 points clear, man.
I don't think you're going to beat City. I really don't.
So
The
that's-
form that they're in
If
right
1
now.
point?
I'm saying if you lose the title from here on out, it's bottled.
And
As much as we say that
Yeah.
City are amazing, they're phenomenal, they're such
Exactly.
a good team, best coach, one of the best strikers, you're 8 points clear and you end up bottling the league title. If you just win your games left or you
Exactly.
just draw and you just don't lose to City. But if you from here go on, because I know even you got to a point where you're thinking we're going to win this title. As much as you wanted to be, you know, political, nice and
No,
just
I was being straight
MJ,
up. I was being
I
straight
reckon
up.
even Denial
Yeah.
was feeling you guys were going to win the title.
I've never seen him outside that much.
That's cap.
I've never seen Deny outside that much.
No, Deny has always said until the end, like right at the end, he's not convinced. He's always said that.
And the reason why it's bottling, I think, is because these results are within within the last couple of games. Had it been in a stretch where you've won 3 in a row, you lost one, like a bigger gap, then
And
you could consider other
It's like
factors.
the start of the
Yeah.
downfall.
Yeah.
You know
because
what
it's back to
you know what
back?
makes it feel more like bottling?
Yeah.
Because you already weathered that storm where you lost Jesus and you were
Exactly.
playing in Ketia and you had tough games, a tough run
Exactly.
of games after the World Cup, injuries, so many games, that busy period. You weathered that and you were still top. So now this
Yeah.
period does not feel near as difficult. You're playing teams that are struggling and then you are dropping points that you did not drop at the start of the season.
You want to know another reason why it's bottling? Because you look at some of these teams that are meant to be top dogs out here, unfortunately Chelsea being one of them, look at where everyone is. Everyone's mid-table. Some of these teams are having some of the worst games they've had in years.
But the reason...
So I think this is the time that you guys should have really stepped up.
Yeah.
And that you have. But now it's all coming down.
The reason why I
think it could
disagree
be-
though a little bit is that we when we were doing well in terms of consistency, we weren't just winning jiggity jaggedy 1-0s, 2-1. We were dominating teams week in, week out. So that's why I disagree with the narrative that everyone wasn't doing well when we just kind of took advantage. We were doing very well. We were dominating teams, like completely dispatching teams. So I disagree with that. I do agree with like the common teams like Chelsea, Liverpool not doing well. City had a slow start. But I think we've deserved and earned where we are
100%.
based off the football, based off everything.
And I said it a couple of weeks ago. I said that this Arsenal, if they were to go on and win the title from this point or from whatever point or from the start of the season, that this title has more significance than the title that Liverpool won. And that's coming from a Liverpool fan, because if you look at Arsenal before the season started, there's not one single person that I know that I could ever imagine that would ever have said that Arsenal were going to win the title.
Yeah.
But when you look at it, it's only when you look at it from this point, looking onward, 7 games left, 8 games left, whatever it is, you're in the final stretch. The games aren't coming fast. Like, they're every weekend. You have time to prepare. It's not December where you're playing 2 games a week. You have time to prepare, and you're playing against teams who, one, are very low on confidence. Teams that, if they lose, like West Ham, they're in the relegation zone still, and their season becomes a lot harder. Yes, maybe they have a bit more fight, but when you're up 2-0 against a team like that,
there's no excuse.
Exactly. There's no way that you can ever think that
2 weeks in a row,
you drop that.
And
if you're 2-0 up,
drop the 3 points.
say you draw the first one, but to come back, like to go back to back 2-0 up and then lose, not lose, but drop points.
It feels like a loss though.
It does.
Yeah,
For me, it feels like a loss.
But there were positives in the Liverpool game, because there were positives that, one, the start was amazing and you were playing against the Liverpool side that played against Arsenal was not a bad side. The way that we played looked like Liverpool of old.
Yeah.
And for you guys to not lose in the end and have that resiliency, have that grit, determination to not lose, there's positives. But this West Ham game, when you look at that, the London Stadium was quiet.
The first 30-something minutes?
30-something minutes, quiet.
They expected Arkin to lose 6-0.
Yeah, from
It looks
2-0
that
down.
way
2-0
the
in
first
10
30
minutes.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, this is done. I was about to just be like, I'm not.
And that's why, for me, the Liverpool game looks worse now. Because at the time,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, Anfield,
Yeah,
But
fair
now I'm like, okay,
They can't.
that game is worse.
Yeah.
Because this is this is becoming a consistent thing where we're bottling leads. Because if you're a top level side, you should not be losing 2-0 leads back to back. One time, okay, against Anfield, but back to back, for me, that shows that we have a issue with the focus or mentality or just the game state. We just don't know how to navigate. We just don't know how to navigate them huge swings. You know what I mean? Don't worry. When we start talking about Chelsea, I'm here for it.
But
MJ, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So your next 5 games, you got Southampton at home, City away, Chelsea at home, Newcastle away, Brighton at home. I'm pretty sure. Realistically, how many points do you think Arsenal are taking from those 5 games?
I think realistically we can
Out of a possible
beat everyone.
15. Yeah.
I think we can beat everyone.
Yeah.
12 points. I think City's going to be the tough one, but I back us to get a result against City. Despite what people think, I think we have the system and we have the style to be able to
You know
put
what
up
I
a fight.
think the crazy thing is?
Yeah.
And what the craziest thing about this City team is, I think you need 15 points if you're going to win the league.
Yeah.
Which is beyond stupid.
Don't they?
Yeah. Which is beyond stupid.
and
If you have to win every single game from here on out and you lead, that is beyond the measure of how good Man City are.
Especially now.
That is incredible.
They've become like, it's in the last 3 to 4 games, something's happened, man. Because the way they're playing is crazy.
oh, hold up, I got a phone call.
Oh shit, you got a call?
Oh, it's Fabrizio again.
Again.
Yo,
You
This
must
is
know when
Chelsea.
we film.
This is Chelsea.
yo, what's going on, Fabrizio?
Yeah. Romano.
Yeah.
Look at this. He's put his foot up.
What'd you say? No way. That's crazy.
Wait, what happened?
Fabrizio's telling me we're signing the London Destroyer Hazard for 1 game against Arsenal.
Oh! Oh, that's smart. That's how you destroy a title challenge.
That's 10 out of 10 rubbish.
That's how you destroy a title challenge.
Are you gonna put it on your Instagram or is this just for now just
Inside
underneath the
scoop.
tape?
That's awful, man.
Wow.
Alright,
This
we'll
is
keep in
Lettuce
touch.
Shoot first.
I tried to hear this out,
Thank you.
but that's awful. I'm telling you.
There you have it.
Thank God.
That's
Hear it
awful.
here
Wow.
first. Let him shoot. Hazard.
Arsenal
to
need
Chelsea.
to claim 15 points, but they're gonna be just short when they come up against Chelsea and the London Destroyer Hazard.
You know what it is?
That game's gonna turn nasty. You're gonna have a couple red cards. I'm gonna predict Gabriel red card because of Hazard. Teeny, he's gonna have to take his shorts off because Hazard's ripped. He's gonna have to get new shorts.
You know what this is? Baldy, he got shown a highlight reel of Hazard, and he was like, "Fuck, yeah." He's like, "Oh, we need to sign this guy,"
Yeah.
not knowing that he was there before.
Yeah.
So I said,
Todd Bowler, he's looking
Hey,
at
I'm
this.
saying,
He's going
it's
far
like-
around. This
when
guy
that-
in blues,
that's
good.
it.
2 million followers. He's like, "Man, we need to sign this guy today."
8-year contract. They said
Give him
he's-
200 million,
that's
whatever he
it.
wants.
He's 30
Hey, you should
years.
be
He's
scared.
32.
If you get
Don't
Hazard
worry
back,
about
you're
years.
done. You're done. Title Hope's done.
Minimum.
And just to keep the basketball theme, maybe we just get that photo of Reggie Miller. On there.
Yeah, that's a good one. As
Yeah.
well.
Nah, but on the real, we can beat everyone. That City game, I think, is going to decide it. Saliba
But-
back.
The thing is there enough
Energy's
games
up.
for him to gel back into the squad? Because I don't think he'll just come back.
As soon
and-
as
matter.
Saliba's,
It's
5
as soon as
games.
Saliba's fit, he's coming back into the squad.
No, I know.
because-
I know. I
because
know he's coming
Holdini's
into
not
the.
holding it down.
I know he's
man.
coming into the starting lineup, but is he going to be ready?
Of course he will.
Because it's when he left, the team was cruising with wins.
But he hasn't been out for months.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying in the amount of time he's been out, the team's like I guess the way they've been playing and how the team feels
Yeah,
is
no.
going to be completely different.
Also, what
so that could be a thing.
I just wanted to mention something. What did you guys make of Partey being taken off for Jorginho? Considering the way that the game was going, and considering that West Ham, maybe they brought him on to gain some control, but also defensively they went very, very shaky.
Well, he
once
got
Jorginho came
carded,
on.
and I think
Yeah,
because
because
and I think
Yeah.
because the state of the game, I think
You can't afford to
he
lose
had to say, you know what, we got to take the L, take him off, because if he gets a red card,
a
especially in
double.
the last
But you
whatever game.
imagine if you had copped a goal like the Antonio header that hit the crossbar.
True, but we also missed the pen, so it could have been one of those things where he comes off. We're 3-1 up. The game's over.
Yeah.
But it just ended up being he comes off. They score, and it looks way worse than it is.
I think
But
it's safe.
It's a safe
It's a
bet,
safe-
which I understand.
Yeah.
Because I would hate for him to get red carded. Stupid red card. He misses another game, and then
Yeah,
yeah,
facts.
another 2 games, and then it's like he's out. Saliba's out.
But you-
Zinchenko isn't starting.
But I feel as though it comes to a time where you've got 7 games left in the season. You just got to be able to trust your DM, because like everyone said, he's Arsenal's most important player, and the way that you guys play is very, very, very determined by him, and how good you are is determined by him. So taking him off in such a crucial time, I don't know what to make of it. I don't know if it's maybe it is just because of the yellow card or just
Yeah.
to save
That's how
him
I'm
for
looking
future
at it
games.
anyway.
It was risky, but I think it paid off.
Yeah.
because they got the point. He didn't get a yellow.
But they don't want the point.
They
Yeah.
don't want the point,
It's
but
an L,
they got to
big
take
L.
it.
But also as a pro, you should be smart enough and should be able to control yourself
100%.
to the point where you shouldn't. You should know. You should be.
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
But it's not up to them,
But
though.
these guys,
I know,
yeah.
obviously
You
there's
look at the
some
yellow he
unfair
got.
calls
That's not even a yellow.
That's
the
true.
yellow
Yeah.
he got. So it's not really in his control though.
Like the penalty.
Which one?
It is a handball.
Yeah, it was a him.
For the goal?
It's a handball for the penalty.
Yeah.
So before the penalty, Partey, it's a handball.
Oh yeah. Not for their goal, for West Ham's goal.
No, I'm talking about the penalty they got came from a handball.
Oh yeah.
That wasn't
the penalty,
called.
The penalty.
Oh,
yeah.
sorry. I thought. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I know what you're talking about.
I'm saying it's definitely a handball.
I don't think it's a
penalty.
handball. If it's not leading to a goal, it's never a handball.
Yeah.
Because he's kicked it at him from 1 centimeter away.
Those get called all day.
Yeah, 1 centimeter away. There's no way.
How
From
do you
there,
have
where
enough
could he
time
even
to
put his
just
arm?
Yeah,
No way.
I'm not saying
But
the time. I'm
only based off that weird. If it touches someone's arm before a goal, then it's
It's
a
a
handball.
Or if it's in the box, then it's a definite handball.
yeah, because those get given all day.
Yeah,
so that's why I'm saying it's a handball.
I think it's
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's again the consistency level of VAR when
That's rubbish,
It's
to be
rubbish. It's literally rubbish. How can
They have nothing to base it
brought
off.
in.
Yeah.
It's brought in so that there are no mistakes, but
But
now
they-
it raises more mistakes than there ever
They're
was.
so
Yeah.
inconsistent, and that's a whole other topic on its own, I think. Now, I'm very happy we're talking about this topic today. We have two Chelsea boys here today, and
Which two?
what on earth is going on?
We got Mr. Relegate them over here.
Yeah, Lampard out again, surely.
They did matching outfits as well.
They did matching outfits. They
We should have kept that bold freak that we had for the Liverpool
You
game.
know why? So when somebody says, "Yo, that fool in the grey jumper,"
Yeah,
they don't know who it
now
is.
they don't know which one until they call him
It's gonna
Do-Rag
be doing the
Boy.
Spider-Man meme, just pointing at everyone.
we're just I don't even know what to say about Chelsea anymore. 3 losses in a row, 1 in the Champions League, fair enough, but they just
fair enough.
not fair enough.
No,
they
it's
just
fair enough. It's against Rome.
they look
It's not fair enough.
No.
Because you put all your eggs in one basket. You guys were all saying, oh, here we go, Champions League.
We're
That's
still in
our
the
way.
Champions
Yeah,
League.
we're still in the Champions
Yeah.
League.
And you
so
were-
no,
you're right.
One,
Those
No,
little,
you're
Can
right.
I just
Alex,
say
those little mini crackers, and Real Madrid's playing with those huge Easter bunnies that you get. So what the hell are you meant to
No,
do?
no,
I want
I
to
think
say
they're
that
right.
You're
you
saying
spent
they
more
was-
than Madrid. So what are we talking about?
40% possession at home against Brighton. I know Brighton are in form. They had
Brighton?
26 shots, and you had like
Hey,
6.
that's not Brighton.
Sheesh.
That's Barcelona.
Yeah, honestly,
Barcelona moved to Seagull City.
They
It's-
had some players
isn't
in
that
that
the
I've never seen
craziest
play
thing?
before.
Pep Guardiola, me and Bud literally had this conversation before the game because Pep Guardiola came out and said that Brighton are the best team in all of Europe at playing out from the back. He said that.
Yeah.
And me and Bud were saying, man, imagine
Sky-
me Guardiola. You could just say whatever shit you want, like, and people would just believe you because
Yeah.
they think you're
Dunk.
smart.
Yeah.
These guys got dunk at the
And
back and shit.
we're thinking Dunk, Webster. These guys are playing out better than Sanchez in goals. You know, these guys are playing out better than in any team in Europe.
Uh-huh.
Then the game starts.
They had a few.
They had a little shaky at the start.
It was shaky.
We're thinking,
They couldn't get out. We're
Guardiola.
like,
Me
yeah.
and Bud were going, yeah, Pep,
Guardiola,
what's he talking
idiot.
about? And then, oh my God.
They nearly scored off their own goal kick.
My God. Every single time, without fail, you have little rat dogs in
Yeah.
the middle like Gallagher trying to run and press, and they were playing out with ease, with so much ease. Chelsea were pressing in their box. You know when they're taking the goal kick and their centre-backs are stepping into the box? This is why I said this is the most difficult the Premier League's ever been, because when is a team like Brighton, who have no money, who have no like resources,
They have no
nothing,
right.
in any other league, all those leagues that Manchester United won, all those leagues that Chelsea won back in the day, all those leagues, whatever, Arsenal won, Invincibles,
You
whatever.
have to go really far back for that one. But yeah.
When was there ever a team like Brighton who could play football like that?
Lose everyone in the season before and still play the exact
Lose their
same.
manager mid-season. The new manager comes in and they play even better football. They're phenomenal. They don't spend money. Their net spend is positive like 70 mil.
It's the Seagulls, man. I tell you, I've been telling you guys.
I know Brighton have been amazing, but I just don't want these two to get away
Oh,
with
yeah,
how
yeah,
poor
yeah.
No,
Chelsea
no.
have
Listen.
been. So
Yeah,
what
facts.
is going on? Like the owners are running Chelsea into the ground. What is happening?
Potter
tell me.
advocate over there.
You know, I look at it and for once in my life, I actually do not know. I don't know what's going on.
Is out of words
What?
that I never would have thought.
I look, you know what I did? I did a bit of research on Chelsea. I never do this.
Oh,
I'll give you guys some
please share.
facts, some actual facts that I actually researched. So whoever wants to come at me, come, pause.
He's also nothing on his phone right now. Hope you-
So
it's a blank screen.
Chelsea, we are,
It's a fact.
no, it's
Oh,
real.
sorry, there is something.
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad.
Did you guys know that we're fourth in goals conceded in matches? So like
Fourth most.
No, least.
Least. Yeah.
Least.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That's
We know that's
good.
not your issue though. But
Yep.
yeah, continue.
Fifth in average possession, like in games.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yep.
That's a good stat to have.
Sixth in clean sheets.
Makes sense.
I'm very surprised about that one, but that's not the most surprising one. This is the most surprising one.
The XG must be like through the roof.
15th in goals scored.
That's
15th.
relegation numbers, mate.
And I look, and for months I've been like, nah, Felix plays good. Keep letting him play up front.
He did
Havertz
play,
looks good with Felix. They got good chem. Just keep him up front. We don't really need goals. They look good. They play pretty football or whatever. But nah, not anymore. We have one striker in the whole squad. We bought one in, and
All that
he's been sent to the 23s to play with them instead of. We've got Aubameyang, who's already just made the squad back. He's not in the Champions League squad. We removed him. We had no other striker in that. We had Fofana, He's been moved to 23s. No one said anything. Sterling played striker on the weekend against 6'10" Lewis Dunk and Webster.
Yeah.
Tell me how that makes sense. And we're trying to cross into Sterling. There's times where they'd get to the byline and Chua wouldn't even look up. He'd just know he has to cross into the box. And I'm like, who? To who?
Isn't it crazy? I just wanted to say, since Frank Lampard has come in, right? Chelsea are 3 losses on the trot. Just 3, back to back to back. You know, like
It's going to be 4.
Keep the basketball theme on. Michael Jordan 3-peat right there. That's Frank Lampard since he's come in. How could you expect, right? If you're Bowley and you're the Chelsea board, how can you expect to fire a manager like Graham Potter, even though he's been doing poorly, but you fire him and your replacement that you're thinking about bringing in is Frank Lampard, a manager that failed big time already at Chelsea. If any manager at Chelsea had ever come in and had more leeway to succeed, more leeway, they were given more time, they were given more chances, it was Frank Lampard. And he got fired.
He wasn't even doing that bad when they got rid of him.
No, the first time.
Yeah.
And then he goes to Everton, right? A chance to prove that he is a good manager. A chance where he did have money to spend. He did have the players there that were not relegation level. And what did he do? He ran them into the ground. First season, he escaped relegation.
Kept them up.
Barely.
But he escaped relegation.
Barely.
So it gave them hope. It gave them hope. Then, the next season, he's running them into the ground. Relegations are terrible.
And they
This guy
think
said,
this
"Take
guy's
it."
the guy that's going to come.
But then why can a Chelsea team that have all the money in the world, the owners have all the money in the world, all the resources in the world, why can you fire a coach and then the replacement is Frank Lampard? And it's so evident that he is not a good manager.
It doesn't make sense.
You know what I think it might be? I think he's trying to win the fans back by bringing in Lampard. That's how I'm looking at it, because it doesn't make any sense, right? You've got somebody who probably has an understanding of the players more than Lampard will. Yeah. He hasn't been given any time, and I think he's shown that despite not being at a big club, he knows how to manage a team. So give him a chance. But yet you bring in somebody like Lampard for what? He's
only failed as a manager thus far.
It doesn't make sense.
And
other than that,
obviously
to me.
they know who they were going to replace. Like he would have been one of the candidates to replace Potter for this interim role. If you just said to everyone, would you rather sack Potter and bring back Lampard,
or just keep Potter for the rest of the season?
For the rest of the season? I guarantee you every Chelsea fan would have been like, just keep Potter
exactly
there.
Right.
And
it makes no sense.
Exactly.
But
right.
sacking him and then don't announce anything, even though you know what's up, and not announcing anything for a couple of days just to make it seem like you don't. Oh, we just picked him up because it's bullshit.
The only thing that is happening is, one, Chelsea fans are becoming more frustrated at the club. They're thinking that the business decisions by their owner is only getting worse. When you look at their signings that they've had, maybe Enzo has come in and he's been all right. He's playing games, but it hasn't had an effect on the way the team's playing.
There's no chemistry.
You look at Mudryk. He's come in for a lot of money, had zero effect. He hasn't been anything of the player that they assumed. So it feels like they're signing players to sign players and spend money.
Exactly.
The players are being signed to please the fans, but really the fans just want a vision and a goal and an end goal, and to see something that they can improve on. But then when you go and fire your coach that can actually build a system and build tactics and build players around a way that he wants to play, because he did it for Brighton and that's worked, and look at where they are now. And then you look at Chelsea, you bring in Lampard, and you just think to yourself, one, what can Frank Lampard do in this short period, because they already know that he's not being signed on for any more time after this season ends. So one, you're still in the Champions League, and that's your only hope of making the Champions League next year.
Yeah.
You have to bring in a manager. Why not bring in a manager for the rest of the season that can win you games? Doesn't have to play the best football, but can win you cup games, win you games where it's a tight game and they can go set up a team to defend, whatever it is. Or keep Potter, let him try and play, let him try and do whatever he can. Season ends, fire him. Start fresh.
But I think
it's wild.
To play both sides, I think with the whole Potter thing, I think after he got sacked, there was a lot of like things coming out about players. He's like lost some of the players in the change room.
Yeah,
I think once that happens,
that makes sense.
There's no other options.
Yeah,
you have to just.
That makes
But
sense.
the results can't get worse than what they are right now.
Ooh, I don't know. You could,
No,
you
they
could
can't.
have.
It's not
players
possible. It's 3 from 3
leaving.
losses.
I think they're going to get worse. I think it's going to continue.
No, it can get worse with Lampard. I'm saying with Potter
yeah.
being there versus Lampard
I
being
think-
there, it can't get worse.
I think Lampard for Potter is stupid. Keep Potter.
Yeah.
But if it was Potter for anyone else, then
Decent.
that's
But there
okay.
was nobody there available. And
Yeah.
if they were to get someone for next season, bring them in now
Yeah.
and let them just get acclimatized to playing.
And you know
Prem.
what's the worst part or the stupidest part? When they brought in Bowley, they said that this was the Chelsea board. They said they're not going to do the system of old where
It's just fire.
they're going to actually
Give people a chance.
Put a system in and work to build for that. And everyone that was brought in, every signing said, "Oh, I like the project that they have. I like the project that they have. I like the project that they have." That's everyone that was brought in
whose
said
project?
that. And now,
Whose project?
what the fuck is the project?
Is it Bowley's project? Because if it is Bowley's project,
Has to be.
then it that's the only explanation because it can't be Potter's project.
It's
it
not.
couldn't have been Tuchel's project at
Exactly.
the start because he got fired straight away.
Yeah.
Even though they were signing players suited to his style, Sterling, Aubameyang, players that they signed
Yeah.
were suited to the way that
And we
Tuchel
weren't
wanted
bad.
to play.
But that's
then
bad.
you bring in Potter and you don't sign any players suited to the way that he plays, or you just
Yeah.
claim that Enzo and Mudryk and whoever else they signed
Just
is
assume they'll
suited.
fit.
Yeah, he's suited to his style. Because if you just say he have 11 of the best players in the world, I expect you to win. Then if that's what it is, if Bowley's doing is building an all-star team, you know, he was the one who's a big advocate for that Premier League all-stars. And when he couldn't have it, he said, all right, I'm just going
I
to
just
build
feel
one
like
with my own
Potter
team.
had absolutely no control when he was at Chelsea. I think he
Me
was
too.
getting that pressure
Exactly.
from
Facts.
the top.
Facts.
And he was like, sign these players. And he was like, shit, okay. And then he was left with these players that he couldn't work with. And that was, you know, part of his downfall, which I don't think was actually his fault. And now
No.
Chelsea are left with millions and millions of dollars in debt from all these players that are doing nothing for the club. So
gonna be-
hopefully they can bring someone in
Facts.
in the summer to do something with them. Because you look on paper and you look how they play and it just doesn't make sense.
It doesn't align, does it?
It does
And
not.
8-year contracts, man.
Like,
They'll
what-
never
what
get.
is
They'll
that?
never understand that.
That's the riskiest move I've ever seen in
Yeah.
football.
I honestly think the issue is that it can't be obviously like we're conceding not as many goals as what stats are saying. Definitely not scoring, but I think the issue has to be on the board because no one's saying to Todd, "What the hell are you doing? Like, stop spending money. We need to start investing money into something else." Because someone on there is just trying to demolish this club.
Maybe
really
he's not
doesn't
giving
make
them a
sense.
choice. That's what I feel like. I feel like he's not giving nobody else a say,
Yeah,
and
this is what
he
we're
thinks he's playing Football Manager.
It's
Yeah, you
He
can see
thinks
that.
He's
that's
on
what he's
FIFA
doing.
with unlimited
Yeah.
like
He's got
Yeah.
money and
I think
just-
before it was more of a collective, right? But as
Yeah,
now it
definitely.
feels like it's just him.
It's just him.
And they're letting him because he's
The
got the money.
puppeteer.
He's the money provider.
Abramovich was there when the scouts, the board, everyone
You
would
could
say,
see.
this is a player that we think will suit Chelsea perfectly
Yeah.
and we think will come into the team, have instant impact. And his job was to say, cool, here's the money.
Yeah.
But Bowley, I feel like he's doing his own investigating. He's doing his own scouting
He's
for
like,
no
oh, this
reason.
guy's
FIFA.
good.
Oh,
Let's
this guy
sign
He's
him.
going on fever and Instagram.
And I think he's doing it because, to me, he seems like a competitor. So when he sees a rival team going after a play, he has to get that player.
Yeah.
And he's
Yeah,
trying
that
to, he
makes
feels
sense.
like
100%.
Abramovich is
Little man
definitely a
syndrome.
very
Yeah.
difficult owner to come after.
Yeah.
Because one, they had so much success when he came in and he spent money like nobody
He
else.
was about football.
And yeah, he spent money like nobody
Yeah.
else. The fans loved him. They were sad to see him
Built
go.
the stadium.
Exactly. But now coming in after that, and all you have to do is literally just build something stable. But he feels like he's got to just spend, win the fans over. New signing here, new signing, new shirt, get shirt sales up, bring in young players because
it's like it's
Build
like
a
It means
future,
nothing
but
if
it's not.
it's not in the results. It means nothing.
Exactly.
You can't just sign all these amazing players and have no plan.
He's
Sorry,
taking
MJ, what were we going to say?
He's taking like a NBA
Yeah,
American
exactly.
sport
It's
approach.
It
he's
is.
a GM.
Like, you know, this guy's a big signing. He's a star signing. He's a franchise signing.
Yeah.
Just making all these signings and being like to the coach, all right, make
You
him
do.
good.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah.
Do what
That's
you,
it.
you need
Because
to do.
I think in his mind, right, he's just waiting until a coach comes in and can be successful. He's saying, these are your players that you're going to be good with. And if you can't do that, I'm bringing a
gonna
new
sack
coach
you
in.
and
You're
get
getting
someone
sacked. So build something with these players.
Yeah.
If not, you're out. And he's just going to keep doing that until there's a coach that comes in, like NBA,
Yeah.
who's got the right playbook for the team that he gives them.
He's that kid on the playground who he saw another kid with a toy. He's like, nah, I need that.
Yeah, I need that.
He didn't even use
Yeah, 100%.
You know
My
what I
son
reckon?
does that all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I reckon he does? I reckon he'll be playing like COD. His sound system blaring. In the middle of the game, he's calling like the gaffer. He's like, "So Graham, like he's still playing. What happened on the weekend, man?
Yeah, literally.
facts.
Yo, man, I bought you all these players. Like, what happened?
Yeah.
You're meant to be. These are future stars, man. Like, you got to win all your
You
games.
gotta win, man.
I mean, look, if you don't win in the next 2 weeks, I'm just gonna get somebody else.
Yeah.
All right, see you
No,
later, man.
He rolled
See
the
you later.
dice. He's like, if you don't win in the next 3 days,
He's like,
You're out.
if I roll,
This way?
yeah,
if I roll doubles,
yeah, you get 2 more weeks.
And Potter's there doing this.
You're going tonight.
Put us another, and he's like, what the fuck is
He's
this guy doing? He
going-
doesn't even know what's going on.
He rolls
He's like,
the
what's that
dice.
noise, man?
Yeah,
He looks at the dice. It's like a 2 and a 1. He's like, you live to see another day.
Lucky.
Good luck this week.
All right, see you, man.
That's it.
he's
Oh,
Nah,
man.
club's a joke though.
Yeah.
it's funny.
Can they mathematically get relegated?
They can mathematically.
It has to rely on a lot of
Everything
stuff.
sort of
Yeah.
has to go their
But
way.
They sit 12
against them, I
points.
guess.
They sit 12.
But I think if it gets to even like 6 points, it's gonna be like
Hell,
But
Avengers Assemble. John Terry's coming back.
you know,
Gary
you know what,
Cahill.
Avengers
I love
is
that.
you know what I
Mikel.
think the most funny part is though about Chelsea right now is that you sit 3 points behind Fulham, and they have a game in hand. 3 points behind Fulham, and they have a game in hand,
and they don't have Mitrovic
and they haven't had Mitrovic in a minute.
for a while.
But if you look at it again, we win. We win 2 games.
now.
We're back in the chat. Yeah,
You're not though.
we are. Look at
No,
it.
you
Look at
said
the
that
bottom.
last week.
Yeah, 6.
Last week it was like some
If we
weird.
get
Yeah,
6
but you need
points.
everyone else to just lose. All the top half teams can't just lose.
What do you mean? It's not the top half team.
He's thinking if everyone else
us
points
and
stay the
Brentford-
same and they
Us
win.
and Brentford are
then-
win away, and they're
No,
ninth.
you're not. You're not.
Yes, we are.
No, you're 4 points away.
Brentford.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Us and Fulham, 3.
Yeah. And they have a game in hand.
Brentford will be 1 point ahead of us, but I'm saying we win 2.
Brentford dropped points as well this week.
Yeah, and they will continue to do so.
And
Once
so
this-
will you.
Once this,
And so will
I'll
you.
do name drops. Don't make me name drop. What's this guy? I might speed up. What's his name's court case hearing, so it actually goes sooner.
Toonies?
Yeah, Tooney. I want Tooney out soon. Brentford have.
So you both say 2.
Listen to this.
now.
Brentford have Aston Villa. They're not going to win that, and then
Aston
they got
Villa's-
us.
Aston
They're
Villa
not going to freaking win
just
that.
beat Newcastle, my
Yeah.
friend.
Exactly. So I'm saying Brentford
when
are
you
going to
guys-
lose.
What?
I'm saying
you're
Brentford.
saying,
Smoked
sorry,
them
I
as
thought
well.
you said
Yeah.
Villa's going to lose.
No. I want Villa to win.
So
then
when
we
you guys
catch
crash
Brentford.
out of the Champions League,
We got Brentford and Aston. No, we got Brentford.
yep.
You won't. I don't think you'll beat Brentford.
I
So
think
wait-
we beat them at home. We have to.
I don't think you'll
I
beat
don't-
Villa.
So
think we
you
have
crash
to.
out against Madrid at home,
Yeah.
then you draw with Brentford, and then you lose to Arsenal, and then you lose to Bournemouth. That's going to be
We're
there.
not losing to Bournemouth,
Why?
mate.
You thought everyone thought Tottenham was going to lose to Bournemouth?
Why'd you stop talking? Why didn't you mention Nottingham? That's
Right,
going to
you
be
can beat Nottingham, but you'll be fighting in the relegation zone by
And then
then.
Newcastle can get the work too, and City. Pep,
think
bring
you
your
guys are
boys.
giving
You're gonna get the
Newcastle
work
work?
too, Pep.
Yeah, if you give
Done.
me the work, I'm happy.
Look, I hope you do. I'm praying to
Good
God.
luck to you.
Chelsea,
Mathematically-
Chelsea are gross. I'm sick of talking about
yeah.
this club.
6, 9,
But talking about
12,
form-
15.
There's a player I want to talk about. Dele Alli.
Oh my.
What the hell happened to Dele
Continuing on
Alli?
jokes, we're talking about Dele Alli. Makes sense. Yeah.
So
I genuinely forgot about him
Sad.
for a minute.
it's sad.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the 16-17 season, this guy scored 18 goals, 7 assists. He was a man on fire. Pochettino getting the best out of him. There was expectation from then on. This guy was going to be and the next England star.
Yeah.
He's going to be the next midfield savior. He was the guy. And then nothing. He kind of just got injured. A lot of injury problems. We can say yes.
Not severe ones though. I don't think they're
Can I
big
tell you
ones.
guys something that is going to feel so weird? Dele Alli went into the 2018. 2018 doesn't seem so long ago, right?
It doesn't.
He went into the 2018 season with a transfer market value of 100 million. 2018. He went into
Goddamn.
the year
That's so much money
2018
back then.
with a transfer
Back
market
then as
value
well.
of 100 million. So if you're back then, if you're valued at 100 million, right? You're the top of the world. You're young. You was probably around 23, 24 then.
Not even. He was younger, man.
He's like 27 now.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
27 now.
Yeah, so he was probably
So,
about
yeah,
23.
22, 23.
Yeah, 22, 23. And like we said, to me, Dele Alli is one of those players, like Aubameyang was once he stopped scoring, where your involvement I think obviously he had more involvement, but when your involvement is so reliant on at the end of the game people seeing that you scored or you got an assist, and they're not looking at your actual game holistically and what you can do for the team and what you can provide. If they're just looking at your 18 goals and your 7 assists, which is phenomenal, it's a little bit like the level that we see Bruno as now compared to the way that people were viewing him when he was getting 10 goals. 10 assists, 20 goals, 10 assists, whatever it was. I think it's similar, but I think he just fell into that pattern. He got into a pattern where his lifestyle affected his game, and then now he's 27 and nobody wants him.
I think he's out of football activities as well. Could have had a.
I think so. I definitely think so.
I saw that thing about the Turkish manager.
They fell out.
Yeah, he said he's don't even train.
Well, apparently he got injured at training. And then the manager was like, look, I'm sick of you. So now he's back at Everton doing his recovery.
They banished him.
Yeah, they sent him back.
We don't want you.
Did you guys watch that the Mourinho when they sit down? And it's so crazy because he's called it. He said if you don't start looking at he said, I don't need you to score every game. I don't need you to be man of the match every game, but I need you to work on your attitude, your game. He said, I don't know what the issue is, why you keep going like this. He said, I don't know. That's only you can know. But he said, I'm 56 today, and yesterday I was 20. He said, if all I'm saying to you is you're going to regret if you don't reach your potential. And I can tell you, Dele Alli is probably sitting wherever he is in Liverpool right now thinking, man.
Well, he's deleted social media. And I mean, it's crazy because a lot of people, there's a discussion about, was he just hype? Was he talented? Mourinho said he was one of the, like a huge talent in terms of ability.
He had a really high.
You could see it though. You could see he was a good player.
He was it 2 years in a row he won PFA Young Player of the Year? Or was it maybe just 16, 17?
I think it might have just been 16, 17, but he was still a young star. And I think if any English person were probably thinking we have a star in our hands. The way that his progression was supposed to go is kind of like what Saka's doing right now. Obviously, different position, different players, but Saka has gradually just kept improving, and now he's a star out of nowhere, right? Dele Alli, I feel like he broke onto the scene more abruptly. He just came straight from MK Dons, and he was raw. Pause. And he was scoring great goals, and Tottenham looked good, and he had good link up, and Pochettino knew how to get the best out of him. And then after it started it just started going downhill until where we are today.
Do you think for these young players it's just too much pressure and mentally they can't cope, and then it just is a downfall from there? Because it's so crazy of how good he was to just have this big drop off. And he's 27. Realistically, he should still be at a big club, playing. People should still want him. But like you said, no one wants him. It's very strange. Like, is it the social media and all that just becoming too much, and these young players can't handle the backlash and the pressure from all other outlets?
There's an argument that the social media is kind of like painted a picture of Dele Alli as this like bad guy. He's uncoachable. He doesn't care. Yeah. So I guess that's where you got to look at it. Is like, is it fair that they've kind of painted him like that? And should players, do they deserve that kind of media attention? Because it can ruin their careers and even their confidence.
I think there's a bit of a difference though. Like if it was just one person saying that, but if there's been multiple coaches saying this, that's when it becomes a bit more of a problem. And it's like, all right, maybe it is actually the player.
But I don't know. The thing is, Pochettino loved him. I'm sure the coach, whoever was at MK Dons, loved him. Mourinho came in and thought he was extremely talented, but obviously there was other things that were in his life that led to him not being. Because if you watch that documentary at the start, he loves Dele Alli. Yeah. He loves him. But he said, Dele, in training, you are the shittest. Yeah. You're the worst.
Do you think it's a fast stretch? But do you think COVID had a thing to do with it?
I don't think he came quick enough.
Well, it's weird because he had a stint of seasons where he wasn't getting to 30 games. He was getting to like 15, 20. Yeah. So I wonder what it might have been. Like, was it COVID? Was it injuries? Was it
I heard mentality? A couple girlfriend things.
I got another point that I just thought of. When you look at, Phil Foden, and everybody that used to say to Pep Guardiola, why don't you play him every single game? Why is he not brought in? Why isn't he starting? He's England's best young player, whatever it is. And Guardiola said he's not ready to do that. He's not ready for this. And you kind of sit there and you think like, why is he not ready? Like, surely he's ready. You see him play, he's exceptional. Yeah. Why isn't he ready? Why doesn't he start every single game? But maybe it gets to a point where young players like that need to be monitored. And I feel like if you're Dele Alli, exactly, and that's the luxury of being at City because you can bring in other players. But when you're Dele Alli and you're at Tottenham and you're literally a top,
on your shoulders.
Exactly, you're a top 2 player maybe in the team, top 3, one of the best players, and you're playing week in, week out, and they need you to perform. Yeah. And then once that gets overwhelming, Guardiola's literally taken Foden, taken him every single time he needs to, takes him out of the limelight. Anytime he's not performing. When do we ever hear about Foden not performing and then he's just consistently not performing? He just gets taken out of the lineup. Yeah. City win. Nothing. No one says anything about it. And then he gets eased back and they win.
Yeah.
But
that's such a good point.
It's also like that can happen on the other side as well. Like you look at Saka. He's literally done the exact opposite of what Dele's done. So I guess it depends on the whole attitude of the player as well as...
And
all those individuals.
That's true. Yeah, it's different gravy.
Yeah, it's very mature.
Do we think been doing that for a while now?
Is there any way back for Dele Alli, or do we think that's it?
No. I think he's got one more like lifeline in the Prem.
I think once you go Turkey,
not to the Prem.
Well, he's still at Everton.
That's what I mean.
He's still in the books.
So I think Everton they either look like over the summer they look to keep him in the squad and play him.
I don't know if they
Everton are a team that needs a player who can make something out of nothing the most.
I think they can sell him to Championship for money. Like, you're not going to get the money back, but you're going to get something.
I just can't believe
if they get
it.
relegated, I reckon they'll keep him. But besides that, there's no other
I
reason.
think
he must be on big wages, though.
I think he's got one more.
Yeah.
I think he's still young. Like 27 is it's not like 31.
It's not like at all. It's extremely young.
That's what I mean. So I think he has that on his side.
Yeah,
which is something that most players don't have when they're like looking to fade away. The reason why I said the COVID thing was during COVID, I think he found other distractions.
Possibly.
I think that's possible. That could have been a reason why he's just dropped off. Like he was playing a lot of games.
Downfall was a little bit.
Live streaming, look into Twitching. If that happened to other players.
Yeah, girlfriend. They broke up, and he was like depressed. Like,
and you'd be at home by yourself.
Yeah, so
because I think before he left Tottenham, I think he played like 8 games.
Yeah,
5 to 8 games.
And no one knew because they didn't report it as an injury. Yeah, they just didn't know where it was.
You know what I think it is? I think we look at footballers. Of course, they are getting an extreme amount of money.
Yeah,
but we look at them as though daily problems and issues that happen to everybody else don't happen to them.
Like, shouldn't.
Or it won't affect them.
Exactly, won't affect
like a normal person.
So like when we're sitting at home and whatever during COVID and people are feeling a certain type of way or they're down or people get depressed or whatever, and we would just completely understand it because it's a terrible time, whatever.
But people like, what are they actually upset about?
But then when it comes to footballers and I think athletes. When I watched that Lingard small interview, you kind of understand a bit more about how players view their own lives and how situations affect them. And you would never, ever see that in the media. You'd never see that Lingard's dealing with, he has drinking problems. His mum has been depressed since he was a kid, whatever. She doesn't even leave the house. Things that he basically was a dad to his younger brother and sister. Yeah. You don't see things like that, but you see him perform terribly on the week and you see, God damn, Lingard's lost it.
Look at him.
Yeah. He's lost it. But they go through things the same as I
think a lot of people forget that they're human beings too. You know,
exactly.
Like they go through everything that we do. Yes, they have a lot of money and all that stuff, but at the end of the day, they are human beings and they have.
Yes.
I think that's we spoke about it 2 weeks ago. Just the whole social media thing. Like, I remember this is like a blast from the past, but when Glenn Johnson was performing like horribly for Liverpool, people were like, "You need to effing die!" Like,
Jesus.
How can you say that to somebody? Like, they're still a person at the end of the day, and I understand that like football is very important. It's important to me. It's important to all of us. But there's still a person behind a footballer, and it's just it's a lot for these. Especially imagine being young and you have one bad performance, and people are calling you, you know, God knows what, and you've broken up with your girlfriend and you're depressed anyway. Like there's there's so much that we don't see.
And you watch the Arsenal, you guys probably all watch the Arsenal All or Nothing. And there's a part that I remember where Shaka's wife literally says like, their kids have to see every day, like everybody talking about their dad being like, you're the worst. Like, we hate you. Abuse him.
Like,
and
his
he's
own
got to
team.
go home to his kids who now think everybody hates their dad, and the dad has to somehow deal with telling their kids, be strong, whatever it is, because he's probably feeling like he thinks more than any player, any fan thinks I play bad the way that you feel that when I play bad, I feel a million times worse.
Exactly.
Because that's his life.
Yeah.
Their life is all football.
Yeah.
That's all they do. So if let's say your only thing is whatever your job that you do right now, Riley, chefing, cooking, if that's your job right now and you go to work every day and you're like, you have a shit day. Imagine you have a shit day and all the people that come to your restaurant
constantly remind you.
Go on Instagram and they're like, he's the worst chef I've ever seen. Like, he's terrible. How is he even getting paid at all? Like, he's the worst. But then tomorrow you have to just go back and work there. Yeah.
Isn't it crazy that it's only athletes that cop this kind of like there's other celebrities, but
athletes are the only ones who cop it and are expected to deal with it. Musicians, celebrities, these guys cop it.
Nothing.
They go through mental crises and
they're
people are
like,
like, they were famous from a young age.
Yeah.
It's
It's tough.
Professional footballers, like, nobody's going to say nothing to Mbappe, right?
Yeah.
If he has like a brain snap or he does something out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
They'll be like, no one's going to say, oh, he was famous from a young age. He's whatever. But if you're a musician, if you're an actor,
I know people
they
that
get away
still
with
bump
anything.
Chris Brown music, and
Of course.
let's not go there. But
On that
I was
note,
gonna say, I know what you're saying.
it's
on that
crazy.
You're
musician
speaking of-
note,
It's crazy.
there's an unknown Prem rapper.
Oh, good segue.
Hey,
There's an
Segue
unknown
king.
one, man. He's dropped a single. Dide, Thrill. Who do we think it is, man?
I don't know, but that song is hard.
Do we rate the
Is the
song?
song actually good?
It's
I listened
good.
to a bit today.
Chris, are you rated?
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not really my style, but it's not too bad.
No country.
It's no country. It's
the
no,
job done.
Luke Bryan. But
Yeah.
I gave it a bit of a listen. There's a bit of I've heard a lot of people saying they think it's Zaha.
Yeah, but
Which is-
He talks like he's storing food in his mouth.
hey, I hear that.
that's Zaha.
The ref he just doesn't pass.
No, but you know, like how singers have like a real, like Lewis Capaldi.
Yeah,
you know,
I've
has like
seen
the
that.
thickest Scottish accent. Then he sings normally. Maybe.
I feel like, but I
That's
feel
a
like
good-
rapping.
that's-
I feel
that's
like
good.
rapping is a bit
You
different
can't
to
get away
singing
with it?
because
Okay.
you're almost like talking.
Yeah,
it's
okay,
like-
fair enough.
And so I'm listening to this guy's got like his voice is nice. It's not Zaha's voice because Zaha's voice
It's very
I don't know, man.
Could you
Nah.
explain
You
why,
ever watch Britain's Got Talent stuff? The people like full have stutters and then they sing fine.
No,
stutter, nothing.
singing. But
Singing's a bit
rapping,
different. You're
I'm
right.
saying,
Rapping
But
is
it
different.
could
He's
be,
a bit
but it
different.
could be like just a switch that you just change.
yeah, and he just changes like
Yeah.
to not have that
Could
annoying
be
ass
Maguire.
voice.
You never know.
I mean, it could explain why Dele's been on that hiatus.
Yeah, well, he's
Maybe
black.
that's why.
Interesting.
Nah, his skin's too dark. His skin's too dark to be
knows,
Dele.
man?
I saw
I
it in here.
Especially
Did you see
Nelson
Yeah,
could do-
and he has some tattoos. The Reece Nelson shout actually.
Yeah.
Oh, I did see that actually.
Yeah, Reece don't drip. He don't.
Yeah, I know he doesn't drip like that, but
Maybe he's trying
maybe
to throw
that's his
people
thing.
off.
But no, that's the thing. I think when you like hold yourself to a high standard of like,
You won't go down.
You will never ever want to see yourself in something like that.
But
where
it
people-
can't be Nketiah because he's got tattoos. The rapper has tattoos
And Ket's like he's straight edge.
and darker.
Yeah, I think it's
complexion's
someone
darker.
that's in a team from like 7th to the bottom half.
I don't know,
They have too
but
much
they're a
time on their
Londoner.
hands. Yeah, they've got that very distinct accent. I did
Apparently,
see
they're a
that
Londoner, so
in the
that's like a.
song.
Who could it be?
So that's why the Reece.
Brentford?
I'm
I
telling
was
you, that's
thinking
why
Brentford, their left back. What's his name?
Rico.
Henry.
Henry Rico.
I think
they're
it could be
talking
him.
too much like they make too much money, and
Is
I
it
feel
your
as
boy-
though
That's
Did
what
your
all
boy
rappers
Tooney?
do, but
Nah.
all rappers do that.
But you have to play for a big team.
Ivan Tooney.
Is it Tooney Buzz?
He looked too jacked.
Oh, okay.
Too jacked. Get it,
No,
Toonie.
yeah.
Too jacked.
You think Tony's too jacked or the rappers too?
No,
jacked?
Tony.
Oh,
yeah,
Tony's
Tony's
too
too
yeah,
jacked.
Tony's
yeah.
too
I
jacked
was
to
gonna
be
say.
that guy.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I
this-
didn't really see.
It could be Zaha.
It could be. He could be fooling
can't.
us.
He's
been away
Maybe
for a couple
he's
of
been
weeks.
faking his press conference
I
voice
can't.
for years.
It can't be Zaha because
That is his truth.
That's
Yeah,
facts.
he does.
Yeah, that's his dream.
He can't.
That's his fake
could
voice.
be
That's what
another
I'm telling
Josh
you. He's been
from-
saving
It
it.
could be a guy from Crystal Palace. It could be Eze.
I reckon it could be.
Could be Eze. Could be
Do you think they're going to reveal themselves?
I
Yeah.
think they're going to get Twitter. Twitter is the most amazing
People
thing on
find
earth.
out.
They're going to find
You
out.
know, this reminds me. Remember Donny? You're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ask your mum. This was the same thing, and no one. I don't think anyone figured it out for years.
Well, think about Hunchellini.
Yeah, he got done.
But he got done after a long time.
That was fake as well.
No way.
The Dutch Valley one.
You reckon that was fake?
Really?
How do you know it's fake?
Like, it is like fake. People say, like, that is not him.
It looks literally identical to his
Bro,
body,
like-
and skin complexion, and looks exactly
This is
like it would be
It's
him.
like the EPL version of The Masked Singer. Like, who's it going to be?
Yeah,
You know
that
it is
show?
like that.
But I think
They'll give us
this
clues every
player
week.
is too sloppy to be like these kind of musicians.
Yeah, I'm telling you, someone's going to stop the
Yeah.
freeze frame and see his tattoo, and they're going to
And
match
they'll-
it to
Every ref,
It'll get leaked.
every ref's not gonna check boots anymore. They're just gonna check Reese. Just gonna compare Reese after.
It's him, I found.
But why is everybody so fascinated? I saw M. Huncho talk on Gasworks and say that, why does everyone just want to see my face? Like, why are they so fascinated about seeing my face? And you think, and you're like, man, like, I am like so fascinated. Like,
'cause
I
you can't have
really
it.
want to see it.
because you don't have
You
it.
want everything you can't.
Exactly.
have.
Exactly.
Mystery's appealing.
Yeah.
YP, Coinface, all of them.
Yeah,
Quang,
exactly.
Quang recently showed his face.
Yeah.
I did not expect him to look like that.
He looked too much of a pretty boy.
Like just a normal
Does
civilian.
Meeks show his face? Meeks? He always wears a mask. He always wears a belly.
Yeah, that guy's probably. Nah, I'm not gonna say anything.
Nah, I reckon he's done too many things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
But what's the idea of a footballer hiding their identity?
That's
when
what I'm
they're
saying.
rapping?
Do they
yeah,
not want?
it's
No,
'cause-
but I'm sure they know deep down that someone's gonna figure out who they are.
Yeah.
His boys. Someone's
But
gonna slip it out. Pause.
Some people like Donny was years, like years. No one figured it out. So that's why I'm like, he could get away with it.
But just with
But-
tattoos, it's someone will eventually put two. and
Like
two
you said, if they're being sloppy with their
Someone on his
cover-ups-
team is gonna be like, oh, that's,
That's
X's voice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's gonna spread.
and then
then
they're just
boom.
gonna send a message to their homie saying, yo, you seen Reese Nelson's new track?
How long
Yeah.
do you reckon until it gets leaked or we figure it out?
Before the
A
end
week?
of this season.
Yeah, it definitely before the end of this season.
Technology
I think
is
before
crazy
this
these
week.
days.
I reckon before he
Oh,
releases,
really?
before he,
Game week?
Yeah.
Shit.
he has one track or two tracks.
He's got one at the moment.
Yeah, before he releases his second track, it's gonna be
Wow.
yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, dropped on Friday, 50K views.
Who do we think it is?
If you
Who's
didn't
it? If you had to lock down someone, who
I'm
you guys
locking
say?
down Reese Nelson.
Yeah.
I'll double down on Reece.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say somebody from like Fulham or Palace.
I'm thinking Palace, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know,
nah,
I'm
I
just
think
gonna
Rico
go with
Henry,
Zaha.
man.
I'm just, I'm.
Yeah. I'm
What
gonna
makes
go-
you think Rico Henry?
He's got that same body shape.
He's really studying.
I really see it.
I tried to look through Reese Nelson's comments today
Yeah.
and see if anybody was saying nothing. Nothing, because his last post is from when he scored that goal.
It
for
can't be.
Arsenal.
He's still on that high.
It can't be
quality.
Reese. It can't be Reese.
Nah,
Yeah.
it's Rico Henry, man. I'm telling you.
But I
guys.
listened to one of his. I listened to his.
Nah, man. You
put out like a-
would've
It
been
could be
walking like,
Sterling.
yeah, but was he walking like this? Nah.
He had the tattoos.
That's actually not a bad. Sterling is not a bad shout at all.
And Sterling's got
He's
like a
got
little
that very
deep
Londoner
voice.
voice as well.
But
Yeah.
the guy wasn't walking around like this though. Afterwards.
Yeah, but
General.
Could be Kante.
Wagwan General.
Can't be Sterling, man. That guy has kids and stuff. No way he's gonna rap now.
Sterling?
Maybe-
No,
yeah.
I think
Nah,
he
no
would.
way.
That's why he went to Chelsea for holiday.
he needed
Be
time
back
to
home
work
in
on
London.
his music.
Alright, I want to quickly sweep through Champions League.
Right.
Little boom, boom, boom.
Keep in mind that this is going to come out after this round of Champions League, so
Easy.
bad takes are going to get
Alright,
found out.
Who's qualifying?
Real Madrid.
After this round, who's going into semi-finals?
Madrid, City.
I don't know. I think we got a chance. I
got a
hope.
chance?
Shut
There's
up,
something,
mate.
there's something about the
You
bridge. I
literally
just can't let it go.
You just said you're 15th in scoring goals, and it's a game where you have to
And you
score.
think you're going
We
to
have to
score
score.
against
There's
Madrid?
But
something
if-
about Chelsea
and
Champions League
Madrid,
games,
it's Chelsea and Madrid games.
just
You
there
think-
is.
So,
It's
what do you reckon
proven
the score's
history.
going to be? What's the score going to be?
I think it'll be 2-2 until full time, and in extra time we'll score one.
Oh, you think you're going up 2-0 against?
When's the last
And-
time
and-
you scored
and
three
holding it
goals
up.
in
And they're
one
not
game?
I think
scoring?
we'll go back to a 5 just to hold the 2-2,
I don't know.
and in extra time
they
we
scored
win.
2 goals in a game,
I think we win. I think in extra time was 2-2 until full time.
like 2-0.
Yeah,
You're saying
sorry,
like
sorry,
2-0.
sorry.
On
Yeah, yeah.
aggregate, yeah.
Sorry, 2-0, In extra time, we win.
But I'm telling you, a team coached by Carlo Ancelotti is not going to go and not be a defensive
You just
machine.
got your asses handed you by Brighton at home. I don't
You guys
think
forget
you're going to...
we got robbed last year by Real Madrid, so we should have went
robbed.
through. We got robbed.
he says.
In what way robbed?
Alonso. That's all I'm going to say. If
You
you,
didn't
if you know,
get
you know.
robbed.
If you know,
Just
you know.
so you know, you didn't get robbed.
And not even that. The season before, we beat them on the way to the final and we won. So
Sure,
if
maybe
there's anyone that beats Real Madrid, it's us.
Sure, maybe say this before you lose 2-0 in the first leg. You lost 2-0 in the first leg.
We lost. We
and
lost.
you guys were
we lost.
abysmal.
We lost 3 in the first leg in the other game and brought it back.
And you lost.
They were lucky to go through because of what happened. Like I said,
You lost.
They were lucky.
Okay, realistically, Madrid are obviously, I don't think there's any way back.
I think
You
the
guys,
door's
in the
closed.
form you're in, there's no way.
They're not even in
obviously
great
going
form though
through.
either. That's what I'm saying though.
It's their comp. That's
Doesn't
their
matter.
comp.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's our comp too.
No, it's not. You
In
can't
the
win
last
it
2 years,
You
we
can't
won
win
it,
it.
and
You
they
can't
won
win
it.
it. You can't
What
win
are
it
you talking
twice. You can't win it twice and
Nah,
it be your comp.
there's something, you guys won't feel. You Liverpool fans, you don't feel it. I feel it.
What about the Napoli AC game?
I
Because
think Napoli's going to bring it
I
back.
think
They're
if
going to
Victor-
win like 3-1 or something at home.
If
That
Victor
is-
starts, oh, is he? Oh, yeah, true. He got sent
yeah.
off.
Yeah.
Silly second. I don't think that's a yellow. If you go to VAR and look at it properly, it's not a yellow.
you can't go.
But you can't go
VAR
back on
for a
the
yellow.
other
It's so stupid.
It doesn't make sense.
Then the ref's an idiot.
If Napoli don't win against AC,
Failed
of
Wonder
cou-
Kids.
Of course, that the league title is something brilliant, but that's been wrapped up for a while.
Are they in a bit of a
And I
slump?
called
though?
it. You know what?
They are. They got bloody licked up 5-0 the
Hey.
other day.
Jesus.
No one wants to say it, but I called this ages ago. I said Napoli will be knocked out in the first round. But yeah,
It's the second.
We need to find
no, like the first round after the. Because we did a prediction
So
after.
not the first
after-
round?
We did a
Yeah,
prediction
we
after
did,
the,
we did.
and I said first round they'll be out.
I think they're gonna come back and win it.
I think they're going to come.
Napoli. Yeah.
It's in Napoli.
It's in Naples.
Naples.
Yeah.
Is there a big difference?
What do you mean?
They
Yeah,
only lost 1-0, didn't they?
yeah.
1-0.
Well, they got that
Yeah.
guy that says
different.
Gonzalo. If you got that guy, it's raps.
Gonzalo! He
It's
just says it
raps.
like 4 times.
Game's done. Shake and Victor's back.
And also, Bayern making the worst decision ever, firing Nagelsmann, who was 8 from 8 in the Champions League. He was 8 from 8. He'd conceded only 3 goals and he'd kept 7 clean sheets.
I don't want Tuchel back anymore. I like this.
Before the City game.
Did you guys hear about
I
the
like
fight?
this actually.
You hear about the
Yeah,
fight?
Sane and
Yeah,
Mane.
yeah.
Apparently, I'm not sure how true this is, but apparently Mane could, like, they're thinking about, like, getting rid of him.
Well, yeah.
They might terminate his contract.
Yeah, apparently he's... Well, because he's suspended right now.
What did he say? I heard something about Macca's
Yeah,
going
apparently...
back to work.
Yeah, Sane was saying he's playing like he works at Macca's or something.
Something like that. And he's just... You can't do that,
Mane-
but... What's wrong with Mane?
Mane's like a proper guy.
But if you
Don't
make
punch him.
Mane snap like that, you would have had
Yeah.
it would have had to be something bad.
Yeah.
He's not the type of guy that's just gonna.
I
blow
know,
over
but
nothing.
still, don't hit your teammates.
Yeah, the dark skin thing. I heard that, but I just...
both
I
black.
don't know. Sane's black, so I
Yeah,
He's
like
Senegalese
if I,
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't really...
Is
I don't think
Sane
it's not
Senegalese?
racist.
Yeah, his dad's Senegalese.
I think it's something to do with just disrespect. Like
Yeah, I reckon he just
disrespected
disrespected him, and Mane's
bad.
pissed off because...
Yeah.
He would have
To
said
hit
some
someone
shit.
is
Yeah.
correct.
And did you see his lip?
Punch somebody.
Yeah,
Bro,
I
his
saw
lip
it
was
this
busted.
Boy, that's a... That's...
Pitch or
No,
Yeah,
they're
they-
going to change
They
it.
had a bit of a spat on the pitch and then
Yeah.
apparently kicked off after the game.
Because I was thinking maybe he was like on a... Like, you know,
Yeah.
like that.
Like a
But
jump
his
ball.
lip the next game
it's in the
was
front, man.
bad.
But
Bro, that's 19-year-old Mike Tyson.
Sanya.
Yeah. and Mane's knuckles would
bow.
be sharp as well.
I reckon his knuckles would have like
Serrated.
You know, like
He'd have serrated-
concreted
yeah.
hands? That's what the outside of his hand would
They
be
have like calluses on
Yeah,
top of
everything.
calluses.
I reckon he would have poked one knuckle a little bit further, like just like a little bit.
Bro, he got him. He got him good.
I already put his boot on his knuckle and just whacked him as well.
And where could, if his contract gets terminated or if they decide to sell him, where could Mane go now?
Chelsea!
Get him to come back.
You know who's gonna go
him
for him?
back.
I'll take him back.
Possible.
You know who's gonna go for him? You know,
On an
Todd
8-year
Bowley,
contract.
baby.
On an 8-year contract.
Mane.
Todd right now on his phone.
He's going,
He's got Mane got in a fight, did he?
he's going, this guy has the fight to bring us back.
Damn.
He's just waiting for Fabrizio to post him linked to like Arsenal or something. He's like, I want
Reminds
these
me of Muhammad
guys.
Ali.
Swoop in now.
Yeah. He's gonna ring the Chelsea boys like, hey yo, what you guys know about Sadio
Why is he
Mane?
black now?
Say no Mane.
Hey, do you know
Mane.
Sadio?
Sadio.
I heard he can fight.
Sadio.
Who else? What other games?
It's the
That Benfica.
and
Inter.
I don't think that's done yet.
I don't think so either.
Benfica, they
Benfica's
were
looking-
pestering them the whole game.
Anybody
They were
who's chatting
lucky.
about Lukaku on a good stretch right now?
Yeah, he's
been
But
coming
doesn't
on
wanna
off the
say
bench as
anything
well.
Good about
Yeah.
him.
That's good. I want him back. Someone bring him back. We need a striker.
I can't keep up with you. I think
I
you're
don't hate Lukaku.
Oh, okay.
I thought you did.
I'm not taking someone back that's disrespected the
Yeah,
squad
that's-
like that.
Was that?
Yeah, he's on loan.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Inter don't want to sign him. They said already.
I know Bayern are, they're usually quite good in the Champions League and they have been, but I just don't think
It's
in the
wraps.
form City are in.
Yeah, it's wraps.
I mean,
There's
you never know.
absolutely no way.
To come back from that
You
scoreline.
literally never know though
But
anymore.
that's, the thing is, Bayern didn't look too bad.
It's at home.
Yeah.
You
City
As
if
well.
they
so
score one
clearly
early,
One early, it could be like a domino effect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
if they can get two before
I mean,
half
I'd
time,
love for City to get out of the
I want City to win.
and
as well.
City are not that good.
You know,
defensively, we got to remember that. City
they are now
they-
with
they do
Ake,
need goals.
Akanji,
They didn't look a
Ruben
bit
Diaz,
open, though.
Stones. The four,
yeah, exactly.
The four
They do look a
centre
bit
back,
open.
the four centre back combo. I like it.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
They concede goals.
They can.
don't know if
That's
they do.
City are not
They
known
look open.
defensively
They
good.
look
Yeah.
open.
I'm a
There's
fan.
chances.
I'm a fan of the four centre backs.
Who's been your favorite player in Champions League this season so far?
You want me to tell you, my guys? The only guy who can make someone post a photo of Chunks with Reece James' face on it and say this is Reece James today, Vinicius Jr. This guy,
man.
Trent,
Wow.
Yeah.
Just
do whatever you want
Every
to
right
Trent.
back, every right back is just dusted.
Yeah.
They've made them had their worst performance.
People try to say that you guys try to bring Vinicius into the conversation of best wingers in the world after one season.
He's past that.
He's that guy.
He is the conversation. He's in that conversation.
People fear him.
They are, man.
He's that guy.
I feel like he's the only person, or maybe one of the only people in world football that can do that to Reece James. Because
Wow.
Reece James is a tank.
Yeah.
He's fast. He is so solid defensively, and he got torn up.
I don't think he fears any.
Yeah,
any
no, I don't think so.
footballer.
Maybe I'll
Vinicius-
No,
Maybe that's it.
yeah,
Not even,
true.
bro. Did you see what he did to him in the 4-0?
Yeah,
He's that guy.
To be honest, there's not really anyone that can mark him.
yeah.
You
There
can't.
isn't.
Anything about it.
He needs to walk around and
reckon
just say,
Kyle
I'm that
Walker-
guy.
Whoa,
Prime Walker
I saw that, and they said Kyle Walker's the only guy to contain Vinicius.
and Neymar.
I think he's one of
Can
the only
mark
guys that
Neymar.
can keep up with him.
It's because he's just lightning fast,
Yeah.
and he's strong.
Yeah.
But I feel like Vinicius is at that stage right now where it's like nobody can stop you.
Yeah.
Does anyone
Yeah.
else get a shout?
Yes, of
Yeah.
course.
Valverde, Champions League Valverde gets a
Champions
shout,
League,
definitely.
yeah.
This guy in the group save, just scoring for fun. Just taking players on, playing wing.
Does Napoli Kvaradona
Kvaratskhelia.
not get a shout?
Have to.
Do we just forget about everything he's done?
He's been my favorite. How he does it with
Man.
He plays like kind of Josh
just
Gritty how he
so
plays
calm.
basketball.
No, piss off, man. Piss off.
This guy,
He's
this guy trying to
no, he's
trying
not
to slip that
simple.
in,
He's
man.
not simple.
He's simple, but it works.
Kvaratskhelia is not simple. Yeah, get up.
Yeah.
These,
No, no,
no,
yeah,
piss
yeah.
off. These Arsenal fans.
No.
Yes, sir.
No.
Yes, sir.
A quicker version,
My
like
shout's
just the,
better.
like the.
Yeah,
they
no, I
glide.
see it. That's my guy.
No, I'm telling you, the way they glide, but a faster,
Isak,
more
come on, bro.
skillful version.
they'll find the
Nah,
time.
Sammy,
is
I'm with you.
attributed
My
somehow
shout's
to
better
get
for
to
that.
Arsenal.
He's good.
Josh Gritty of
They're both,
Shut up.
they're both like not fully wingers, still kind of in
No,
that 10.
he's a winger.
In that 10.
He
He is a winger.
No, but they're not
Kvaratskhelia is a
wingers.
winger. No,
not like your.
They want to
typical-
receive it there, but they don't stay
Like
there.
you're
They come
saying,
in.
typical vibe.
Yeah. Like
No,
they
he-
both will play wing.
Receiving that little pocket.
Exactly.
No, he
Yeah,
doesn't.
he does. He does.
No, he doesn't.
He's never hugging
He
the
literally
touchline.
is always hugging
He's
the
not.
touchline.
He's not.
Are you guys all right?
No.
Into sit back, so obviously he's not going to sit on the wing.
Answer me this.
Kvaratskhelia
I'll give you a
literally
question.
loves receiving the ball.
I'll give you a question.
Out wide.
Rafael Leao and Kvaratskhelia. Leao is
You saying
literally
who's better?
No, not better.
Leao is not better.
Leao hugs the. He's a player that hugs the touchline.
Yeah, Leao does hug the
Scalia is
touchline.
not.
Stop saying
Scalia,
Scalia.
does not hug the touchline. cuz.
Kvaradona is a winger. He's an
And-
out-and-out winger.
You know someone doesn't hug the touchline when the ball's coming to him. Instead of taking it with this foot, he takes it with the inside. He's doing it to come in straight away.
No, he's doing it because
Wait, pause.
No,
he's
he's doing
doing
it
it to
because
come
the
in.
defender knows that he's way too quick
Cap.
to let him go down the
Cap,
line.
Leao always takes a touch outside foot, still beats him.
Leao can because they
Yeah.
let him go outside.
If you look at his heat map, Scalia's heat map's like this. It's like a red line
I'm
just
not going
in.
to talk to you why you keep calling him
It's like a
Scalia.
red line in. Scalia.
But just quietly, have you seen that he's been linked with Madrid as well?
You mean Chelsea?
Yeah, but it doesn't make sense because he can only play left. He can only play left, and Vinicius can only play
Bro,
left.
Chelsea's
so it doesn't make
attack's
sense
gonna be
to me.
nasty next year.
Shut up.
Scalia, Mudryk, Scalia, Mudryk on
Who's playing on the left?
Isn't it? And Cook's coming in as well.
and Cooks.
Hey, you guys could be decent this year.
Yeah, they could.
Decent.
If they sort it out.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Getting Golan fit,
Get a good
Kante
coach.
fit.
Get
Damn.
some new toys.
Get Nagelsmann as coach. That would be good, man.
Nah, we need
I just want to
Mourinho
keep
back.
seeing this Chelsea downfall. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm so happy. Like when we're shit, but they're worse.
Facts.
It's nice.
You know what's crazy?
Scalia.
You know what's crazy? This downfall, right? We're only 5 points behind Liverpool, so.
Yeah, we have 2
We have
games in
2
hand.
games in
But
hand.
you have to win those. You're saying like you've won them already, cuz.
Okay.
Talk to me when you win them. That's it. Done.
Did you say 5 points?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're 5 points ahead of you in our worst season.
Yeah.
I'm saying you guys are making it seem like we're in such a bad year. We're 5 points behind you. That's
we're
not bad.
in such a bad year.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
saying.
And
But
we're
you're
5
saying
points ahead of
ours
you.
is way
We're
worse.
2 games in hand.
It's not. If you compare the years, this is not as bad as yours. You have nothing for next year. Or at least we have a squad.
We're building
You
a
have
future.
nothing.
What do you mean you
We're
have?
doing
You
rebuilds.
literally have 18 wingers.
Why do you think
No
yours?
midfielders.
Why do you think you have 18 wingers?
Nketiah still gets 50 mil.
Nketiah plays last.
Sorry, Keita still gets 50 mil. and
Keita's
he's can't
contract
fix his
ends
hairline.
at the end of this
Yeah,
season.
he's
Yeah, so you
gone.
paid him for nothing. What has he done?
What does that have to
What
do
do
with
you- what does
next
that
year?
do
What
with
has he
You
done?
signed Jude
What has he
anymore.
done?
You said that you guys are out.
Jude, yeah,
Yeah,
Jude.
we're gonna
This is
sign
bro.
youth.
If
You
you
guys
want money,
will
come to Bowie.
We're gonna sign midfielders.
If
We're
you
gonna
want
sign
money-
3
Don't worry about
midfielders.
If you
We're
guys
not
want money-
stupid.
if you
We're not
guys
just
want
gonna
money-
sign players for 100 mil. Why would we do that?
Listen,
You are.
You know
You're
what,
gonna
Sunday?
sign
We'll
Mason
just
Mount
wait.
for
We'll just wait
70.
till the
We're not
off
gonna be
season.
stupid.
Your club's broke.
You will. You're gonna get Mason Mount.
Yeah.
I
We're not gonna be
guarantee you.
stupid.
Your
We're
club's
gonna
broke.
strengthen the squad.
Guaranteed they will.
What?
Get what?
Sign somebody for 100 mil.
No, we won't.
No, they won't.
They'll sign someone
won't.
dumb.
We're
as
gonna.
well.
We're gonna.
MJ, they're gonna sign someone at
Klopp
the
is
end of
smart with
preseason.
his
When they come to
spending.
Australia, this guy's gonna play here against A-League team. People are gonna think he's so good because he's played A-League players.
We're smart with spending, mate.
Yeah. We're not
tour,
just
where is he?
Chelsea. We don't just
Where's the
throw
tour?
money at
Yeah.
people.
Where's the tour?
There's what?
Where's the tour?
What tour?
A tour. The freaking the
Oh, a
midfielder.
He's on
tour.
loan.
Yeah, where is he right now? Injured.
Oh.
Out.
No, he's not out.
Where is he?
On the bench.
Exactly. So what'd you
He's
bring him in
alone, mate. He's alone.
for?
You bring
Riley,
players
check
into
this
the
out. They
squad.
play Elliot over a tour. That's crazy.
I know, man.
You'd
You
never
played
do that.
Sterling
I've
9
been
over
so
João
crazy.
Felix on the weekend.
They'd play this 18-year-old over a Brazilian centre mid. That's
I don't know, man.
crazy, guys. It's crazy.
I'm not even
18
answering him
wingers.
anymore.
18
It's
wingers,
past
you
my
can only put 3
bedtime. I've
on.
had enough of you over there.
Hey, you're
Chelsea
if
are in
you
a
guys
worse
broke-
position than Liverpool.
No, we're not.
Yeah, you are.
Yes,
Are you okay?
Nah,
you are.
No,
Are
we're
you
not.
What do you mean
Okay.
you're not?
My
You have no
mindset-
coach.
we
You have
literally
no
have
coach.
hope.
You have no coach, no system.
You don't have a team.
Yes, we do.
After this
We do have
season,
a
going
team.
into preseason,
We have a team.
there's no way you guys are re-signing Keita.
Yes,
You're
we
not
don't
re-signing.
want to
You're not
re-sign
going
we
to buy
don't want to
anyone.
re-sign him.
But
You're not
you guys
gonna
don't
buy anyone.
players
Of course
to
we
replace
are.
all
No,
these
you
players.
don't.
We are.
midfielders.
When we do sign 4
You're gonna-
midfielders in
you-
the summer,
yeah.
we'll see.
You're
You
gonna
guys are
buy
gonna sign Mason
Harvey
Mount for
Elliott.
90 mil and
Harvey
then still
Elliott's
play
mates.
We're
Milner.
going to sign
You're
Mason
gonna buy
Mount for
Harvey
maybe
Elliott's
40 mil.
mates.
And then you're still gonna play Milner.
We're going to
over him.
sign.
So what's the
Yeah.
point?
We're
You're
going
gonna
to sign
sign-
maybe.
you're gonna
We're
sign-
going to sign Ryan Gravenbach. I saw that.
Down
Okay.
bad out here. man.
All right.
That's
We'll
a good
see.
deal.
We'll do a little special.
Down
I wish you
bad
could
out
fast
here, man.
forward in time right now, just to see it and then come back right now.
Yeah. See what?
I can't wait.
We need to bookmark this.
You don't
episode.
think we're going to sign any midfielders?
You're in a world.
No,
I don't know how
of
you
course
can.
you're gonna-
I think you guys are
I don't know
gonna
how
sign
you.
midfielders.
I don't know how you think you're in a
But they're
better
not gonna-
position now.
they're not gonna be
You have no
midfielders.
coach. You
They're
have an
gonna be
owner
like
who's an idiot.
rejects
You
from
have
other
no
teams.
fans.
That's what I'm
Your
saying.
stadium doesn't even get
You
filled
gotta
out
sign
anymore.
rejects.
You know the
Just say
difference.
break.
Who do we sign
But
as
the
rejects?
difference between us, he's
Alone.
on
Yeah.
loan.
He's still a
Alone.
reject.
Alone, mate.
You
Alone.
just say you broke. That's what
Alone.
it is. Just
Okay.
say your
We
car's
signed
broke.
Gakpo.
Just say your car's. Yeah, that's it.
Why are you talking?
Our
What are you
mum's
talking?
life.
You haven't won nothing in
makes
how
sense.
long? You haven't won
Mum's
nothing.
life.
You're about to bottle another league
Mum's
title.
life.
You're about to bottle another league title. You're about to bottle it. You're about to bottle it. You're about to bottle it. You're about to
think-
bottle it. When you bottle it and you're crying in your bath,
A tour.
You guys are gonna sign
They're about
Murphy to
rejects.
replace Salah at right wing
When
as
was
well.
when was the
So-
last good midfielder Liverpool signed?
Murphy?
Oh.
what do you mean? When was the last good midfielder that we signed?
So tell me when.
Probably Fabinho.
Fabinho,
When?
What's the one that's
When
in
was
jail?
it?
Thiago.
Thiago. Yeah,
Yeah, but when? When did you sign him?
2021, 2020. Thiago.
Thiago was like 2019, 20,
No, he wasn't.
season.
wasn't.
Yeah, it was
No,
2019,
he wasn't.
20 season.
We won the league in 2019. He wasn't there.
Okay, so it's been one.
So Bud's fake facts.
No, it's been. It's nearly been three 3 seasons. It's only been 3
This
seasons,
is
right?
the 3rd season. Yeah, he's
Yep.
been there.
And since then, your best midfielder has been Thiago, and he's played maybe collectively
23
This-
games.
this
Not
is
even
just-
23, man.
this
Not
is-
even.
He
And
hasn't
he's
played
still,
20.
he's still,
So he hasn't played 23 games.
he's still your best
Okay, so
midfielder.
what are you guys talking
And he
about?
doesn't play.
So what are you talking
So
about?
since then,
It's true.
you've talked about
who's your best midfielder?
Fabinho's
Who's your best
declined.
midfielder?
Enzo,
Enzo,
Kante,
So Kante plays game. Kante's played collectively 8 games in 4 years. Kovacic just played.
Just say it broke.
10
Just say your
games in
club's
4
broke.
years.
That's all you
You're
gotta say.
broke, man.
And I'll understand it.
You guys have spent all
I'll
your
just
money.
understand it. I'll
You guys
understand
have
it.
spent all your money.
You
Your
know-
team is shit.
We still have more
There's a
money.
big difference
Huh?
between
We still have more
Chelsea and
money.
Liverpool.
Yeah, and you guys are
because
shit.
You guys just spend money for no reason. Klopp is smart. He
It's not
signs
for no
players.
reason.
Smart.
He
It's for-
may
no, it's for
sign
no reason.
other
No,
teams,
it's for no
regions,
reason.
whatever you're saying.
Because
building a
we've won
future.
titles.
We're
These titles are
investing.
not for
you
no
don't
reason.
even have a manager. What freaking build future
You
you
have
building?
no-
Right, we
You
got
have no
players.
manager.
Players first, and then the manager will
Yeah.
come.
It took you.
So
It
that's a
doesn't,
good. That's a good
it
format.
doesn't mean
Klopp-
anything if you
nice.
sign a bunch of
Klopp, it
random
took-
Just so
players.
you
But it's
know,
gonna
just
work.
so you know, your
took
friend
Klopp.
over here just said players first, manager second.
No, this is Chelsea's
Just so
system.
you know, he
It's
said
you,
players
man.
first, manager second.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's the blind leading the blind over here. Are you
Yeah.
guys done?
No.
MJ, are we done?
No.
Hey, we gotta wrap this
No,
up.
we're not.
It's
We're not
been
done.
let him sh-
We're not
Yeah.
done. We'll come.
No,
We'll come
not
for your
later.
ass. Liverpool, come for
Have
your
a
ass.
good night. See you
Klopp,
later.
Klopp, if you look at
Sleep
this,
well. Brush
look at,
your
if you
teeth.
look at this, if you
Make
want
your bed
money,
in the morning.
Imagine the team
If
in
you
the
want
bottom
money,
half of
Klopp,
the
come
table.
over here. We got some
trying to say
money.
they're set out better
I'll give
than
you
us.
pocket
Nah,
money,
no
Klopp.
chance.
Bottom half.
bottom half.
5 points above.
Bottom
us.
half.
What are you on about?
Bottom half.
Players
2 games
first,
in hand.
manager
Klopp is using your
Two
money to
games
buy
in
fake
hand.
teams. That's
Two
what he's
games in
doing.
hand.
5,
Two
man.
games in hand.
And
Count
after
on
these
2
two,
hands,
you
then
have to
talk
win
to me.
this
If
one.
it's
You
under
haven't even
one
won
hand,
this
don't talk
one.
to me.
The chef you lost, you didn't even have 2 hands. It's been let him shoot.
Shout Klopp.